Peace, peace, peace. Just want to come back with another video. Man, I was just starting it, but the camera had fell. Before I fell, the camera had fell. So, but I want to get into, man, like the importance of, man, just staying low key, man, and you know how, like, not everybody's gonna be a man or a person of renown, man. Because most of you gotta think about it, man. Let's be spiritual for a man. Think about how many great men of the prophets of the Bible or prophets of the scriptures or forefathers that we don't know about, that's not written about, man. So I just want to get into it, man. How not everybody's gonna be known. Not everybody's gonna be King David. Not everybody's gonna be Moses, or not everybody's gonna be Joseph or Paul, or not. There's gonna be brothers that or sis brothers and sisters that was really like righteous, really good and did great works, but they're not gonna be known. So I just want to get into that, man. So yeah, so let's get to Ecclesiastes. Which is not full. Ecclesiastes chapter 44 and verse 44 and verse 8. 44 and verse 8. Actually, let me start at verse 1. Ecclesiastes chapter 44 and verse 1. Let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begat us. Talking about our forefathers, the prophets of the scriptures. This are our ancestors basically. And the Lord have wrought great glory by them, and through His great power from the beginning. My bad. Let me read that again. And the Lord hath wrought great glory by them through His great power from the beginning. So yeah, man, the Most High, like he already, like Jeremiah says, I know thee before from in the belly. So the Most High knew what these they were going to be, like all the people that we read about. But let's jump up to verse 8. There be them verse 8. There be of them that have left a name behind them, and that their praises might be reported. Verse 9. And there's some be my bad, I'm tripping. And some there be, I might read this in my other Bible, because I don't know, these words kind of too small a little bit. I like reading it. Yeah, my bad. I'm gonna read this in my other Bible. The words kind of small. All right, I'm gonna read those both again. All right. All right. Yes. All right. I'm reading 8 and 9 again. There be of them that have left a name behind them, and that their praises might be reported. And verse 9. And some there be which have no memorial, and who are perished, and as though they had never been, and they are become as though they had never been born, and that their children after them. So yeah, man, that's just think about that. Shout out to I was watching a class about brother Uzziah. I think the cat name is True Spirits of Christ. He did a lesson on like cloud chasing. I recommend y'all brothers check that out. He brought the scripture out, but it kind of inspired me to go on this topic, man, because it's something that was in my mind, but I just know what best scripture to use, because I kind of touched on that and like being alone, but this is another thing about like being alone, not just being alone, but just staying low key, man. How everybody's not gonna be, like I said earlier, men of renown. Everybody's not gonna be David or Solomon or the Maccabees or this men of renown that there were no, man. There's some think about, like I said earlier, there's some prophets in the scriptures that that we only read about, we don't even know, but their works, what they did, never got forgotten by who. Like the Most High never forgotten. The Most High sees everything that we do, man. So just because we don't get recognition by people or get be seen by other people or get recognition by other people, that doesn't mean like the Most High and the angels and Yahushua and Christ don't see them, because who saw them? They saw them, man. So they saw their works. They saw with the righteousness that they did. They saw the people that they helped out, but they weren't known. But it was they saw it, man. So it's not. It doesn't even matter at the end of the day, man. So that's what walk is about, man. It's all about pleasing the Most High and the Son, man, and what you do for your nation, man. Because that's all. That's all it's about. And shout out to like one of the brothers that I talked to in Discord. That man, he kind of went into this, man. He says at the end of the day, yo, man, all that matters is the Most High sees what anything. It's all what matters is what is you get his stamp of approval, his because it's about him, man. That's all it's about, man. So I'm read verse 8 and 9 again. There be of them that have left a name behind them, and that their praises might be reported, and some there be which have no memorial, and who are perished as though they have never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and that their children after them. Yeah, man. So it's good. It's actually kind of good to fall in this category too, man. It's like it's all good, man. As long as the Father and His Son, Yahushua, and the angels, and saw what I did, man. See what I'm doing, man. That's all that matters, man. Cause think about this in regular life. Think about like in the past. Like think about that. Yo, there's probably a bunch of brothers might that watch sports. Some might look at me like I'm crazy when I say this, but think about it. This is probably a man out there that was a brother out there that's just as great as Jordan, if not better. But he's like, no, I'm cool, man. He's just stayed at the YMCA. He had his name there, or some people in the local YMCA or local gym or local park knew who he was. Like, yo, man, this dude could have been the one. Or there was great one of there's a couple of rappers or something that we never heard about that was just as good as it could have been in the top 5, could have been the greatest of all time. But they was like, no, I'm kind of just doing this for the love. I just like being low key. I like this. I'm cool with that. I don't need the spotlight. I don't need to be over now, and people don't need to know me. I just do it for this. I do it because I just love doing it. I mean, if I put this out and 2, 3 people like it, man, that's enough for me, man. So that's what this is getting into, man. Think about all like the great just great people that we've never even heard about in different fields. And man, that's what it's about. Not everybody's gonna be like verse 1 like says not everybody's gonna be like famous or renowned or well known about in certain things. There might be some that never heard about, but they were great at what they did, or they were like I said, like in scriptures, like prophets that we never heard about, or men that we never even heard about. But you know what, they were good. They did their job, and the Most High and the angels saw what they did, and then they got their spot in the kingdom. We might not even know them, like we might not even read about them, or when we make it like, yo, like who are you? And they might say their names like, oh, okay, I never read about you, but tell me your story. Then they'll tell you like what they did or what they done, and So yeah, man, it's about. I'm gonna read this again, man, because that's important. Staying low key, man. Not everybody's going to be known. Not there's and some there be which have no memorial, who are perished, and as though they had never been, and are become as though they had never been born, and that their children and their children after them, man. So, So yeah, man, it's probably a bunch of brothers and sisters that died, in this walk, but we don't know who they are. But the Most High, preserved them, and so I know he saw their works, he saw their spirits. I know I like this brother right here. I like this sister right here. I'm gonna give them everlasting life. So I'm gonna take them, from this situation like Isaiah 57:1 says, and not all the time like I touch on in the past. Not every time somebody dies, it's judgment. So, but that's kind of getting off topic. But basically, man, it's not it's gonna be some that we're not gonna like. There's gonna be some teachers that's like well known than others. There's gonna be some teachers well known than others. There's gonna be some in different offices in this body, in this walk, that's well known than others, and that's good. But there's gonna be some that people might not know. So, but as long as the Most High, angels, and Yahushua Christ saw what they did, man, sees what they're doing, that's really all that matters, man. So, yeah, man. So it's not about, who sees it, the amount of, you know, uh, attention, amount of, like Christ said, like to be seen of men. It's not about that, man. It's not about that at all, man. It's not. And this is actually good, more peaceful. Actually, it's actually more peaceful staying low key, man. That's why my like other brothers and myself, man. That's why I'm kind of like, I'm be honest, okay. I kind of like my channel is not really as popular, man. I'm glad that the brothers and sisters even watches, is even take time out to watch this, man. Cause like I think about it like this, man. This channel right here, this little platform I got right here, man. It's like a library. So it's not the most popular book, but to find this channel, man, you probably got to go to the. It's like go in the archives or something, man. Like and compared to other brothers, and sisters, or not sisters because they don't teach, but compared to other brothers, like that teach or that, because I'm not a teacher, but that do videos or in different, if they're in camp or congregation or that teach this word, I'll compare my platform I'm on here like to somewhere in the library and archives. You gotta go way, 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 way in the back to find this, man. So sometimes even some certain people that like contact me and saw like, yo, hey, like, I saw your video. I'm like, how'd you even find me? I just be shocked. I just really be shocked, man. So not to get off topic, but yeah, man, that's the point, man. That's why. But my point is I'm kind of glad that this platform, that I do to bring out, what I see in the scriptures. Kind of glad it's not popular, man. That's why I'm kind of glad that it's like verse Ecclesiastes 44, what I just read in 9 says that it's like there's be none that has no more or that's not as well known, man. So okay, it's kind of good actually. You save yourself a lot of peace, like when you stay low key, just in life in general, man. Just when you stay out the way, stay low key, and just avoid nonsense. Basically, man, you stay. It's so way, way, way more peaceful, man. Because I've been it's a little personal testimony, man. I've been like off social media for like a few months now. It's been way more peaceful, man. That's just bringing me some peace, like more of peace in my life. Of course, I got other stuff going on, but this is way more peaceful, not just dealing with that or being on that. Just it's way more peaceful, man. And just staying low key, man. Like just being just having you like your little circle of brothers and sisters that you talk to, and that's cool, man. You don't gotta be well known, gotta do all that, man. So but let me get in this too, man. I'm sorry if I keep rambling, but just try to just making some points, man. Just speaking my mind, man. Just speaking my mind. That's it, man. Try to give you the word and speak my mind. That's it, man. Yeah, man. Because the Most High, man, He sees everything we do, man. At the end of the day, He sees everything that we do, man. And you just want His approval at the end of the day, no matter what nobody say about you, man. I still gotta learn that, man. Just like it don't matter what nobody says about you. It's matter that you get the approval of Him and His Son, man. That's it, man. Because because like Scripture said, we all gonna sit before the judgment seat, man. And what their approval is what matters, not everybody else's approval matters, man. It's what you do, for your people and how you treat people, how you treat others, and following the law, statutes, commandments, and having faith, Him and His Son, man. So that's what it is, man. And trying to build that, being better, following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, and having faith, man. I'm just still trying to build my faith up, man, because not where I want to be, man, but still build up the faith. But that's what it's about at the end of the day. My bad for the sidetrack, but I just that's really want to make sure that it's hitting home for y'all, man, because All right, yeah, let's get it. Ecclesiastes is also known as Sirach in the Oxford Study Bible. Let us now, I'll read verse 1. Let us now praise famous men and the fathers of our people in their generations. To them the Lord assigned great glory in His majestic greatness of old. So yeah, man. So the Most High knew, what they were going to be. The famous men and the men of renown they were going to be since he was born, man. So it's like they're like King David and Moses and Elijah and um, you name it, Paul, Joseph, um, you name them. They knew like Jonah or uh, you name the prophets, man. They knew Ezekiel, Jeremiah. He knew where they were going to be. Isaiah before they came out. Before they were born, he knew what they were like. Second Esdras and 6 goes into, man. So he knew what they were going to be. So and they were famous men that were men of renown that we still read about. But think about even like this, like the prophets of in First Kings when the prophets all lived among each other. Man, there's a bunch of prophets that we don't even read about, we don't know about. But Most High never forgot about them and their works, man. So there's a bunch of prophets that we don't know about, or we that did wonderful righteous things, but mighty things, but we just never read about. And Most High had it ordained that He's gonna. I always say like this, man. The Bible's like it's like the highlight reel of these certain these are our ancestors' lives, man. These certain people that's written, man. It's the highlights of their life, man. You don't really know how they live day to day, but it gives them the highlights, what they did right, what they did wrong, where they fell short here, what righteousness they did, how they exceeded things, and how they fell short, man. Man, that's what's good about this word, man. So, yeah, but let me get back to this Ecclesiastes chapter 44 and verse 8. And some there are who left behind them a name to be commemorated in story. Others are, I like how this reads. Others are unremembered, and they have perished as though they had never existed, as though they had never been born. So it was their children after them. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. It says some of them just are unremembered, man, but not. But from as like the people's perspective, but to Most High, Christ and the angels, and they didn't forget what they did. But certain people you're not gonna know about, man. That's kind of good. I always like discovering people that's not as popular, not as well known, man. But there's certain people that that's just not uh well known and you're not gonna know about, man. I always like when I say that, not like people in history or something like that. It's not as popular or just stuff like that. But it's not always gonna be people that that's known to that are remembered, man. But as long as the Most High and Christ and the angels remember, that's all that matters, man. So actually, let me get an example of this, man. Let me get an example of this. Let's go with 1 Samuel right quick. 1 Samuel right quick. So Samuel chapter 30. This is count when King David. We went about I think go to war with the Moabites and whatnot. But yeah, let me get 20 in 22 and I'll read 21. And David came and 200 men which were so faint that they could not follow David, whom they made also and abide to the brook and to the brook Besor. And they went forth to meet David and came and met the people that were with him. And when David came near, he saluted them Verse 22. Then answered all the wicked men and the men of Belial, of whose those who went with David, and said, because they have not went with us, we will not get them all spoiled, and that we recover. Save them to every man of his wife and his children, that they may lead them away and depart. Then David said, ye shall not do so, my brethren, with that the Lord hath given us, who preserved us and delivered the company that came against us into his hand. So man, why did I read this account, man? Because even David, a warrior, said, because when goes into men that were famed, man, that means, man, they were, because not everybody was the same, man. Not everybody was like warriors, man. We weren't in the armies of David. We aren't didn't go to war with the Maccabees. There was just it was just different offices, man. It's just, we all weren't the same, man. So and not everybody's gonna be with men of renown. So when David was like, man, what you talking about, man? These are just men that stayed back. They watched the women and the children and whatnot while we went to war, man. No, they gonna get some of this too, man. Because so not everybody's gonna be a warrior or the teacher or this guy or that guy's well known, man. And those was probably the men that we read about. I mean, the men that stayed back, man. Those probably good brothers, righteous brothers, man. And they weren't as well known that, but they stood back, and David understood that, man. So it's not all going to be the same. Not all going to have the same spot, man. And David said this himself, and he was worried himself. He said, no, man, there's no, they get some of the two, man, because they men just like me and you, man. But we just fight the armies and whatnot. But they of our nation too. Of course, they're our brothers right here. So no, we're not going to do that, man. So this is tying into everything to why I brought that out, is that not all going to have the same role, man. We're not all going to be well known. We're all not going to be like King David. We're not all going to be like him or Solomon, or we're not all going to be well known, man. And those brothers right here the men right here that we heard about, man, they probably were some righteous brothers right there, man. So yeah, man, but they weren't known. We don't know about the story about them, but David said no, man. So it's like that's going into we're all not going to be the same. And some might have more notoriety than others, man, but that doesn't trump anything, man, because the Most High, like I keep saying, the Most High, Christ and angels, and they all see what that we do, good or bad, but all the righteous works that that we all do to this day, and it's not going to be forgotten by the Most High, man. So, and then we're all not going to be like it said in the Oxford translation in that scripture. Some going to be like unremembered, man, but not to the Most High. But this is probably amongst the nation, but probably nobody know him. But that doesn't matter at the end of the day, man. So that's why I really wanted to bring this account out, man, because yeah, man, because David even understood that, man. It's like, no, man, might not be with us. They might not be fighting the wars with us, man, but they're still men of our nation, man. They're still our brothers right there, man. We're not gonna it's for everybody right here, man. The well known and the unknown, man. The teacher, the giver, the whatever office you're in the body, man. So that's it, man. That's really what it's about, man. So yeah, man, that's it, man. Hopefully this is edifying, man. Hopefully y'all got something out of this. Hopefully y'all stay up, man, and prosper in whatever y'all do, man. So peace.